Hi everyone, welcome to day 9 of our banking domain technical business analyst training. So we have come a long way from understanding user stories and process map to writing acceptance criteria and non-functional requirements. So today is all about closing the loop, how to track and report bugs effectively as a business analyst. So So these are the things we are going to cover. Learn how to identify, log and track defects, understand the BA's role in UAT, defect triage, and traceability. Okay, so let's start with a simple question. What is a bug? A bug is, let me write, bug is any behavior in the system that doesn't match what was expected in your user story or acceptance criteria. Okay, so for example, let's take one user story. Okay, so user story says okay, let's take customer should receive a loan approval email after credit check. Okay, so this is our feature or functionality during the testing, but in testing no email was received. Okay, so what is the bug? Bug is deviate from expected behavior. So what is our expected behavior? Customer should receive a email after loan approval, right? So here what is deviating? Customer didn't receive the email. Okay, so that's a defect. That's we call as a defect or bug. Understood? Okay, so now let's move on to next one. So bug life cycle. So how the bugs are created and what are the different phases? Let's take a look. Okay, so here is how it typically works in Jira. Okay, so later on we can take a example in Jira. So now let's record it everything. So new, the tester finds the issue and logs it. Okay, so that's the beginning, birth of the bug. Assigned to developer, right? For fixing. So developer picks it up and in progress. So now when developers start fixing, developer works on fixing it, right? So next phase is resolve. So resolve means fix is completed by the developer. Okay, so now it's go to the tester again. Tester will verify it again whether the fix is done or not. So QA retest to confirm. So retest to confirm. Okay, so finally bug is closed. So these are the main phases of a bug. Okay, officially officially done. Okay. So now let's understand. So each of these stage help track where the bug is in process. Okay, so that's why it's very important to know what is the status of the bug. Okay, so now let's understand severity and priority. So you often hear testers say this is a high severity, low priority issue. What does it mean? Okay, so let's record it, this question. You might hear during the PBR or planning, your team members talking, this is a high severity, low priority issue. Okay, so what does it mean? So let's take a look. Okay, severity, let's take example. Okay, so how bad the problem is, that's what you need to understand, how bad is the problem is. An example, if your login is not working, like app is crashing or login is not working, that's a high severity, right? Critical. Customers are not able to log in, right? That's a high severity. So priority, so this interchangeable, it's connected both, okay? Priority. So how soon it should be fixed, okay? So that's priority. So example, label update, right? Typo errors, label update, or user experience enhancement, those kind of thing can wait. Okay, so you have to take the tickets which is in high severity, like login, and low priority. Okay, so bug can be severe but not urgent. So how do you decide? Oh, urgent but not severe. So it's all about depending on business impact. So based on the business, so I'll write here. So business, okay, let's write depending on business impact. You can decide whether bug is severity or priority will be decided based on the business impact. Okay. So now let's talk about the BA role in defect management. Let's enhance this one. BA role in defect management. Okay. Usually BA doesn't test. Maybe a quick sanity testing or smoke testing, or if you are capturing the existing flow, you can test, or if the project is urgent and very limited TQA resources, you can give it a hand. You can wear a QA hat too. So otherwise, normally BA doesn't test, but BAs always help in bug triage. Like why we need to help here. So let me explain. Let's write down all the topics. So sometimes bug is not a bug. The person logging the bug, maybe the requirement is not clear, or like the it's testing in the different environment, or maybe a data issue or something else, right? So let's discuss all how VA can help in the defect management. Okay, so first one, help confirm whether it's a bug or not. That's the first point. Whether the reported issue, let's put it this way, issue is a bug or change request something. Okay, that's the first one. Next one, when someone is raising the defect, please check your acceptance criteria. Check your acceptance criteria. So why I am asking to check the acceptance criteria was the behavior wrong. There might be a communication gap, right? Tester understood something differently or developer understood something differently. So it's always to clarify requirement clarification. That's your first point you need to start. Okay, so that's why I'm asking to check your user story acceptance criteria. So next one, record the record exact reproduction steps and expected what you are trying to do. That's a very important, and so as the actual results, what you are seeing, that might be expected too, right? So that's why very important. If you are logging a bug, right, all the bugs you can see, reproduce how to reproduce the issue, whatever you are trying to do, the person trying to do. That's the main step in a bug report. Okay. Communicate clearly with dev and QA and dev teams, right? So when you are PBRing, take time, don't rush. Let them ask questions, right? The more you talk or more you refine your requirement with the dev team or your team dev and TQA, there is less bug, right? Because the most of the bugs are coming miscommunication or the requirement was not clear or didn't talk much. So that's why the developer assumed or tester assumed because of this. So you have something in your mind you captured from business, but you didn't articulate it well, or you didn't write well, or captured. You might have written well, but you didn't explain clearly. So they're all about like talking, refining your user story very clearly and documenting very well. So that's the main key here. So update your, so all the bugs are linked to a user story. Okay, so if you are maintaining a requirement traceability, RTM traceability matrix, we can call as RTM. So every bug links back to a user story. Okay, sorry. So you can attach that one too. Okay. Now we can do a quick demo. So let me go back to Jira. Let's log in a bug. Okay. So this is our Jira board. I hope you guys can see. I created a sprint. Okay. Oh, it's not moving. Okay, maybe it's should go to the board. Let me refresh. Okay. So there are two user stories already sitting there. Let's say, let's move this implementing the API user story here. So this user story, here in progress, I should have in testing. Okay, so let's add this status here. Okay, let's move. Sorry, this is the free version, guys. Bear with me. Okay, so here to do in progress, let's say developer moving this one in testing. Okay, So in testing, now I don't know what is this user story. Do we have anything actually written here or just a simple title? Okay. Okay, something else. Okay, so let's assume this is your user story. You are testing as a tester. So tester, how he can log a bug here, right? Okay, so first you can go here as usual, and here you can select bug, and first you write the title here. Short title would be good. Loan. Okay, so we can take our original loan confirmation email was not sent. Okay, so this is your title. Summary description. Here is the place you will write like real production steps, right? Like I'm not going to write here. This is very important, guys. Reproduce plus if you are using test data, okay, expected was actual result, and test data, like let's say you are checking testing credit card or like a debit card, like use the provide the test data whatever you are using here, and environment, which environment you are testing, and provide as much of as detail so that very easy when during the bug triage, right? And screenshots, if you have a screenshot or video, attach something, so that will be easy. All right, so let's assume we have everything here what I discussed here. What else we have? Parent, due date, choose item, or choose a team, sorry. Select start date, select a sprint, so we can select the current sprint. Story point not required. We can link to, okay, so let's create this one. Okay, so we can see this bug is created, right? So this bug will go to in progress. So now here the team will decide. Maybe you can put it in the backlog, but if you are this bug is related to this one, so you cannot put it in the backlog because this user story. Let me see if I can link this one. Copy the link. Archive. Sorry guys, because this pre-version I'm not super. So we try to link this one so that see if I can. Sorry, what happened? I don't know. Send to Confluence. Okay. Create saying created link a work item. Okay, this is what I'm. So where is our bug? So the bug, copy link. Okay, so this is, so it's blocked by, you can select the status, okay, blocked or cloned or duplicate. So here is blocked by this one. Okay, now description you want to add, that's okay, no problem, just link it. Okay, now the user story, the bug is linked to the user story. So let's go back and see. Let me refresh this one. So if you open the user story, you can see the issue is also logged and it cannot move without is blocked by, right? So we can add a comment here, blocked. Okay, so it's blocked. So you cannot move forward without fixing this one. First, this bug should be addressed, right? So first tester is created. Remember our 6 steps right here. First, new and assign, in progress, resolve, tester, right? So new assigned to the developer here. Let's say I don't have any team, so let's just say this one assigned to the developer. Developer will fix it again and send back to the tester for revalidation. Once it revalidated, this will be fixed. Okay. So linking is important because that way developer know which user story has a bug. Okay. Now let's discuss the bug triage. Okay. So triage meetings are regular sessions where BA, QA, and dev teams complete together. If it is not a production bug, okay, production bugs are not good, right? So it's kind of urgent calls. So the defect triage I'm talking about, like a regular bugs, okay? What do you do in triage, right? So first one, review. Review open defects, whatever the defects. If you have some defects in backlog, so you can review. So first step, to see what is the priority, what we should take based on the severity. Prioritize, right? Based on the severity, you can prioritize. Prioritize fixes and decide what is crucial, right? Remember, based on the business decision, you can choose what should go, what you are going to fix for the release. Okay, so as a BA, your job is speak for the business, help team understand which bugs truly block user experience or compliance. Okay, that's what. Yeah. Okay, so I want to. Okay, some tips. BA tips. Let me duplicate this one so that I can put it in a different slide. Don't don't rush to label something or bug. Okay, always verify first. Avoid emotional or blaming, right? So because of you or something like that. These are bug is actually good. That's for not good, I would say, but it's just for the system improvement, right? So that's why uh, end of the day everyone is working for the same project. So sometimes this happens. So use clear communication, right? Document clearly. Always, these are tips. Always link bugs to user stories or acceptance criteria. Okay. Help testers clarify business logic if needed. Okay. Okay, so these are the tips I would recommend you during this one. Okay. when you are doing a bug triage or working with defects. So now let's test your knowledge, okay? Okay, we can go to our questions. Okay, so let's try to answer these questions very quickly. So what is a bug in software development? Answer is B, any deviation from expected behavior defined in requirements, right? So a bug is any behavior in the system that does not match what expected as the requirement or acceptance criteria. So question number 2, which of the following is not part of the typical bug lifecycle? So bugs go through stages like new, assigned, in progress, resolved, tested, verified, and closed, deleted, or it's not a standard life cycle stage, right? So answer is D, right? So not deleted. So 3, severity of a bug refers to, severity indicates the impact of the bug on system functionality, not the order of fixing. So the right answer is B, how critical the bug is to the system. So question number 4, priority of a bug refers to, priority defines the urgency for fixing the bug, which may or may not match is the severity, right? So how soon it should be fixed? That's the right answer. Question number 5, which role is primarily responsible for validating whether reported issue is a bug or change request, right? The BA ensured that the issue matches the requirement or acceptance criteria before categorizing it as a bug, right? So C is the right answer. 6, question number 6, which of the following should always be included when logging a bug? All of this detail, right? All up above, right? Developers and testers understand, reproduce, and prioritize the bug. Okay. So the question number 7, what is the main purpose of defect triage meeting, right? Triage meetings are held to review the defects, prioritize them, and plan fixes for the release. The right answer is B, to review and prioritize open bugs. Question number 8, which of the following is a BA best practice when managing bugs, right? BA should maintain traceability and clear communication. All the bugs should be linked to a user stories, right? Question number 9, a bug that causes the application to crash is usually so answer is C, critical severity. So application crashes are critical issues that must be fixed immediately. Okay. So question number 10, during UAT, why is BA role important in bug tracking? So the BA ensures that all defects are correctly linked to requirement and helps the QA and dev teams understand the business impact. Okay. So answer is B, to ensure the business requirement defects are properly logged. All right. Okay. So now let's go back to our interview question on this one. Tell me about a time you identify a critical bug in a project. During a UAT of a loan application project, I noticed that the approval email was not being sent after the credit checks, right? The issue we talk about. So I need to report this critical issue and ensure it was fixed before release. In the action, I documented the bug with step to reproduce expected versus actual behavior, the severity and priority in Jira, which we did, right? I linked to the corresponding user story and coordinate with QA and development to track its progress. The bug was fixed before the release, preventing user complaints and ensuring the loan product workflow worked correctly, right? So describe a time when you had to communicate a bug to developers. So while testing the online registration workflow, I found that concurrent users caused duplicate entries here. So my responsibility was clearly communicate this issue to the development team, right? So we have to avoid duplication. So I created a detailed bug report, including the reproduction steps, screenshots, and business impact and participated in a triage meeting to prioritize the bug. So developers implemented a fix to handle concurrent submission, and the issue did not occur in subsequent testing, right? So question number 3, give an example of a bug that was difficult to reproduce and how you handle it. So in the loan calculator module, the bug appeared intermittently for some users, right? So I had to gather enough information so developers could reproduce and fix it. I collected logs, user input details, browser types, and timestamps. I coordinate with QA to try multiple scenarios until the issue was reliably reproduced. The bug was successfully reproduced and resolved, improving the system reliability. So the next question, tell me about a time you had to prioritize multiple bugs. So during testing, the team reported 15 open bugs at the same time, some critical and some minor UI issues. So I needed to help prioritize which bugs should be fixed first. I organized a triage session with developers and QA highlighting business impact and severity and recommended that the critical calculation and email issues be fixed immediately, right? The team focused on the most critical bugs first, ensuring the system met business requirement before release. So describe how you ensure a bug was properly linked to a business requirement. So in the loan application project, user reported that the document upload feature was not working. I had to make sure the bug was linked to the correct requirement and track for resolution. So I updated the bug in Jira, attached the related user story ID, described the expected was actual behavior, and verified the QA that fix met the original requirement. The bug was resolved successfully, and the traceability matrix was updated, ensuring all requirements were fully validated. So which we did. Okay. So next one, you can include something like that in your resume also. You can keep your project here, what project you are, you can add under experience or skill section. This collaborated with QA and development team, log, prioritize, track path through Jira and Confluence, create a clear defect report detailing steps to reproduce expected to, pretty much what we discussed, we can mention here, right? Supported triage meetings to ensure all critical issues were resolved before releasing deadline, linked bug to user story. Just put the same thing here so that you can put something in your resume, okay? Verify, fix, and validate that resolved defect align with the acceptance criteria during UAT testing, user acceptance testing. Improved communication between QA and business team, reducing the defect turnaround time by 30%. Okay, so these are the tools you use: Jira, Confluence, Excel, SQL, Postman. Core skills: UAT coordination, defect management, requirement validation, Agile, Scrum, traceability metrics. So same thing you can put it if you are capturing in your LinkedIn also, you can include the same thing. Okay, it's pretty much the same I include there. Okay, that's it for today. So let's summarize what we learned here. Today we learned bugs are not mistakes again, guys. Okay, but no one like bugs. But again, I'm telling you don't need to take negatively, but feedback for improvement. But before it's go to production, you need to catch this one. But I would say even the bug will not exist if you write the requirement clearly and talk to the team multiple times and clarify and refine more. I would say have a pre-grooming session before the PBI and create documents like flowchart diagrams, test cases, those kind of things. Communication and validation. Okay, and ensuring the product truly meets business goals, right? So this UAT, during UAT. Okay, so that's the summary for today. So what is coming next? Okay, So next, we will focus on resume building tomorrow, and building LinkedIn optimization, LinkedIn optimization, and interview prep for technical BSA role. Okay, technical BSA, business system analyst. Okay, this role, we can summarize everything what we talk about. BSA roles. All right. Okay, so get your project examples ready, because tomorrow we'll use them to craft your resume and showcase your skills profession. So thank you everyone. See you tomorrow.